You have failed before. Not once, not twice. The same failure. Different packaging, different year. And every time, you had a reason. The timing was wrong. The resources weren't there. The people around you didn't support it. But the real reason, the one you have never said out loud, is that you already know what this video is about, and you have been avoiding it for years. Think about the last thing you failed at. Not the surface failure, not the business that didn't launch, not the weight you didn't lose, not the relationship that fell apart, not the degree you didn't finish. Go deeper. What was the moment, the exact moment, where you had a choice, push through the discomfort, or find a reason to stop? And you stopped. You dressed it up. You called it reassessing. You called it pivoting. You called it not the right time. But you stopped. And here is what nobody says about that moment. It was not a moment of weakness. It was a moment of decision. A decision made by a version of you that had been making the same decision over and over for so long that it stopped feeling like a choice. And that right there is the real failure. Not the business, not the body, not the relationship. The belief that stopping is your nature. It is not. It is just your habit, and habits can be broken. So what is the thing you won't do? It is not work harder. You have worked hard before, in bursts, in sprints, when the motivation was fresh and the goal felt new and the possibility felt real. It is not believe in yourself. That phrase has never once changed a man's trajectory. Belief without behavior is just decoration. The thing you won't do is stay. You will not stay in the discomfort long enough for it to become progress. You will not stay in the confusion long enough for it to become clarity. You will not stay in the failure long enough for it to become data. Every man who has ever built anything real did not have more talent than you, did not have more resources than you, did not have a cleaner path than you. They had one thing. They stayed. When it stopped making sense, they stayed. When nobody was watching, they stayed. When the results didn't come in week 2 or month 2 or year 2, they stayed. And you left. Not dramatically, not in one moment. You left slowly. First, you stopped showing up every day. Then every other day. Then you told yourself you were resting. Then resting became stopping, and stopping became a story about why it wasn't meant to be. That is not fate. That is a pattern, and the pattern has a name.
Let's name the pattern. It is called the dip. Every pursuit, every goal worth having has a dip. A period between the excitement of starting and the reward of succeeding where everything feels wrong. The results slow down. The motivation disappears. The people around you start asking questions you cannot answer yet. The voice inside your head, the one that sounds reasonable, logical, even wise, starts building a case for stopping. And that voice is the enemy. Not laziness, not circumstance, not bad luck. That voice. Because that voice shows up at the exact moment when pushing through would change everything. It arrives precisely when you are closest to the breakthrough. Think about every time you quit something. Was it at the beginning, when it was genuinely wrong for you? Or was it in the middle, when it got hard? When the gap between where you were and where you wanted to be felt unbearable, when the cost of continuing felt higher than the cost of stopping. The dip is not a sign that you chose the wrong thing. The dip is the price of admission to the thing worth having. Every man on the other side of a real achievement paid the dip. They paid it in confusion, in embarrassment, in financial strain, in lonely nights building something nobody believed in yet. The dip does not mean stop. The dip means you are almost there, and you keep leaving right before the door opens. Here is the truth that will either free you or destroy you. Most men never find out what they are capable of. Not because they lacked talent, not because the world was against them, because they never stayed long enough to find out. They lived their entire life at the edge of their potential, close enough to feel the heat, never close enough to touch it. And on the last day, in the last honest moment, they will not mourn the failures. They will mourn the attempts they abandoned, the businesses they almost built, the bodies they almost earned, the men they almost became. Almost is the cruelest word in the English language. Almost means you were there and you left. The world does not reward talent. The world does not reward intelligence. The world does not reward good intentions or detailed plans or vision boards or strong starts. The world rewards the man who would not stop, full stop. That is not romantic. That is not inspiring. That is just the mechanical truth of how anything real gets built. You have no choice but to stay. The debt must be paid in full, not in installments, not an effort spread across 10 different directions, paid in full, to one thing over time without negotiation. The grave is silent. It does not care how many things you started. It only records what you finished. So how does a man who has built a pattern of stopping learn to stay? First, he stops romanticizing the start. Starting feels like possibility, like identity, like the best version of the future. And so men become addicted to starting. New goal, new energy, new version of the story they tell themselves. But nothing is built at the start. Everything is built in the middle. And the middle is ugly. The middle is boring. The middle does not feel like progress. The middle is exactly where you need to be, and exactly where you keep leaving. Second, he shrinks the horizon. Stop looking at the full mountain. Look at the next 10 steps. Not the summit, the next 10 steps. That is all that exists. Third, he measures differently. Stop measuring result. Start measuring presence. Did you show up today? That is the only question. Presence compounds. Results follow presence. Always, without exception. Here is your assignment, non-negotiable, starting today. Step 1. Write down the one thing you have quit more than twice. The goal, the project, the pursuit, the one that keeps coming back to you, even after you abandoned it. That recurring pull is not nostalgia. That is your answer. Step 2. Commit to 90 days, not forever, 90 days. 90 days of showing up, regardless of results, regardless of feelings, regardless of whether it is working. No measuring, no evaluating, no pivoting, just 90 days of presence. Presence before progress, always. Step 3. Define your minimum viable action. Not the full workout, not the full chapter, not the full business plan. What is the smallest version of showing up that still counts? 20 minutes of work, 1 page written, 1 set completed. That minimum, done every day, beats the perfect session done occasionally, every single time. Step 4. When the voice comes, and it will come, around day 12, around day 30, around day 60, when the results still haven't arrived, when that voice builds its reasonable case for stopping, you do not argue with it. You say one thing: not today. 2 words, not forever, not a speech, not a motivational moment, just not today. And then you sit down and do the work. Step 5, track the streak, not the results, the streak. Every day you show up, mark it. A simple X on a calendar. After 7 days, you will not want to break the chain. After 30, the identity shifts. After 90, you will not recognize the man who used to quit, because he will be gone. Every version of the life you want is on the other side of staying. Not talent, not luck, not the perfect plan or the perfect moment or the perfect version of yourself that finally has it all figured out. Just staying. When it is hard,
staying. When it is boring, staying. When no one believes in it yet, staying. You have failed before because you left too early. Every single time, you left too early. This time, stay. Not because it will be easy, not because it will feel good. Stay because the man you were built to be is waiting on the other side of the thing you keep abandoning, and he has been waiting long enough. If this found you at the right time, share it with one man who needs to hear it, not to inspire him, because you know what he's been quitting, and you know what it's costing him. Subscribe to Savage Rise. Every week, one video, one truth, delivered to the man who is ready to stop starting and start finishing. And in the comments, write the one thing you have quit more than twice. The thing that keeps coming back. Write it below, right now. That is not an admission of failure. That is a declaration of what comes next. The chain starts today. The quitter left at the door. The dangerous man walked through it. Savage Rise.